Yo, what is up? What is up? We on the Say Something podcast. I got something to say. You hear what say. You already know. Meaningful conversation. So I got my guests here.
My name is Marcel. I'm an entrepreneur, graphic designer, just all around creative, and I just look to spread my light on the world.
Sir.
Hey. What's up, you guys? My name is Artie. I'm an artist. I take pictures, and I love the Lord. So,
Come on.
yeah.
Yes.
So both of them are gonna be my interviewees for the pod. But yeah, how y'all week been? Like, the week's just really just getting started. So
it's a Monday. My weekend was smooth. It was pretty much just brand. I had a dope photo shoot downtown Norfolk.
Okay.
Yeah, pretty much just a photo shoot, and then I did an event on Saturday, which basically is like a pop-up shop selling merch and stuff.
My weekend was very eventful. I had like a show in Fredericksburg. That was like the first time I performed in like 8 months. So it went really well. So
We're on tour. Nah, but I appreciate y'all coming on, having something to say, and invite people on and a chance to develop community, but also just bring something meaningful to 757, really. The topic for today, which is influence. So when it comes to influence, right, what y'all think about it? Like, you know, we see influence so much in social media space, pursuing that, right? You know, trying to get more followers, trying to get more streams, you know, all that, subscribers. But how do you see influence?
influence as honestly power, because you have so much power.
Mm-hmm.
Like if you have influence, you have so much power over people's minds and what they do. You know what I'm saying? Like you're trying to get them to either purchase something, trying to change their mindset, or trying to get them to listen to your music.
All right.
So, or try to work out. You know?
So in terms of your story, right, like as being an artist, being a rapper, where you are now, like how has like the amount of influence changed how you view what influence is? Does that make sense?
Like the amount of influence I have.
Yeah.
Oh,
like, do you see it as influence, or do you just see it as
like I can't post away from posting a lot of just extra stuff that could cause I guess controversy.
Okay.
Like bad controversy, because you have, if you have a platform and you have influence, I think you do have to be mindful of what you're posting, because you got people that follow you and you don't want to steer them the wrong way. So
okay,
I think that's what I've been thinking about too. That's why I don't be on the gram that much.
Post certain things. I feel like with me, my post is just like, if it's authentic to me and like who I am, then I'm gonna put it out there, because I don't want it to be like one of those situations to where like you act different on social media than you are like in real life. So it's like, yeah. So what you see on the media is what you go get in real life. Like sometimes I'm a little energetic, and then sometimes I'm just real. Sometimes I'm just real chill.
Yeah.
Like I feel like that's for everybody, you know.
Yeah.
But just to tap back into influence, I feel like it's something like intangible. It says like you inspired me or something like that. It's something like you can't really touch, you know, can't really put a finger on. It's a blessing, bro.
Yeah.
It can be.
That's true. That's true.
There is a good and a bad.
Yeah. So explain that. So
depends on what the influence is. So say if it could be like something like drugs, alcohol. Or
right.
Those are obviously negative, but then somebody could influence you, but like, all right. So say I'm trying to think of an example. I'm trying to say like I don't know, like a rapper or something like that.
Right.
They rap about certain subjects, and they might not be living that same life that they rapping anymore,
but they still have.
But they still pushing the message.
Right.
So
that's why you got to be careful, bro. Like, because you don't know. Much is given, much is required. You gotta be careful what you put out there, especially because there's a lot of kids out there. You know what I'm saying?
True.
You know what I'm saying? They listen to talking about you want to do this and do that to this girl, or you want to do these drugs, but you're not even doing it. But now they doing it. That's what happened with Juice WRLD.
True.
That's exactly what happened to Juice WRLD. Yeah. Future was one of his biggest inspirations, right? Future don't even do them hard drugs. He admitted it, but Juice WRLD did, and that's how he died.
And he wasn't even. He was looking up to a person that was not even
prime
doing.
example right there.
Like all of what y'all said, like makes a great point of like this concept of just stewarding influence, like taking care of the platform you've been given. So like for y'all, even I'll use myself as an example, like in this podcast, like also I think about those things when I do post and when I do, make, reels and stuff, all that. I'm thinking about how am I stewarding this thing that God has given me? How am I stewarding like the influence that he's given me? Because, bringing people together, I love it, but sometimes it can go to your head. You think you all that and you're really not. I'm like, no, I'm definitely not all that. Like community helps me to remain humble because like I wouldn't be here if I didn't have guests to interview. I wouldn't be here if I didn't have like somebody like taking pics or stuff like that. So how or what in what ways have you like stewarded your brand, or you stewarded like when it comes to the things you push out rap wise and stuff?
Like my brand is more so about like doing the dirty work, being on your grind, staying down, putting in the work.
Stack of stars.
So it's like, just like since I'm the one, we're all the ones that like really editing and creating the content. Right. I really make sure that this is like, I put more like conscious effort into it, basically.
Really intentional about it. Really intentional with it.
Just 500,000 of people that's gonna watch this reel is gonna pick it up and they're gonna collect it.
Yeah, it's gonna influence them.
It's gonna
energy and like passion that I put into the creation of music. Like I want to make sure everything is top tier because that's what people deserve. They don't deserve like you half doing it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
They deserve like you're full, doing everything with excellence. I was just talking to somebody about that earlier. You do things with excellence, because how would you feel if somebody gave you a song that wasn't mixed and it's like, yeah, this is lit, but it's not good. It's not mixed. Or what about you? Like, if would you like to receive a shirt and some of the letters was missing and they just like, yeah, pay me full price for that? Yeah. So like you gotta like put in every detail, put in all your intentionality. That's the word. Into something. That's what you got to do.
Yeah, this influence thing can definitely go in a lot of ways, because like what y'all said, like as far as excellence, right, and then and just talking about putting your all into a stack and starve and things. Like I think the biggest thing that I think for us is like as we push out things is like, how is this gonna make not my audience just bigger, but how is this gonna make them better, right? Like, the more we get influence, it's like, oh, they see me, I'm getting there, I'm getting more followers, I'm getting more, like I see, all the insight and stuff, through social medias. But, with the message that you were saying, I think that's important, because we need to revert back to how is my music making somebody's life better? How is my brand making somebody's life better? How is this platform that I'm using, stewarding, as in this podcast, how is it maybe changing somebody's life? Because I think influence, it's become so superficial, very superficial to just a follower. It's just a number. Like we're treating people like numbers, really. Like, oh, you're just another follower. Like you meet somebody in person, it's like, yo, I follow you on Instagram. I'm like, I don't know you. I don't know you. So it's like, it's become so superficial that we miss like, yo, we are actually impacting lives and changing lives. When somebody tells me, yo, I was listening to the podcast and like, I needed to hear what you were saying. It's like, dang, just in the same way, like you're inspired by that. So it's like, it becomes more than just about seeking that influence and seeking that impact through the amount of followers and things, but it's just more about that one person that meant the world to them because of something you said or something you did or something you wrote about and stuff like that. So
if one person comes up to you and be like, yo, like that really impacted me, like someone
is that enough?
Is that enough for you? Like somebody said that to me about the song. Like the song did well, it came out, people were saying it, but they said it was good. But like my thing, what really like inspired me and impacted me is when someone actually sent me a text. It was like, yo, I feel lighter in this song. Like I feel free. The chant that we put in the song was like, fear can't have me.
Yeah.
They said that helped them.
Wow.
That was the goal. I'm satisfied. That person said like that was the mission. So that person said something about it. Mission done. You know what I'm saying?
Like when I do support somebody, I want them to know like I support. I love what you got going on. So
right.
Like, how does it feel to y'all when somebody's like, you already spoke on it, but how does it feel to you when somebody's like, I watched your podcast, or I love the workout you just, like the training you just gave me. A
lot, like people you start to see like the people who really rock with you.
Yeah,
because people be saying, yo, I'll check it out. You be saying, yeah, I'll buy some. Yeah, I'll check it out, but they really don't. So it's like when somebody says that, it's like I actually watched it. It's like, okay, bet. Like it means for one that you just didn't watch it, but like it's kind of just affirming for me to know that like, okay, they see me type deal. And not that I don't need to be seen, but it's more of like it's enough for them to tell somebody else about it type deal. So it's just like, yo, you support it, like encourage others.
Yeah,
I'm not looking for that, but I'm just saying like, somebody in your life that maybe needs to hear something on this podcast. Somebody in your life that maybe needs to hear something from you or something from you. Some of y'all's stories that y'all incorporate within your rap or the brand, like somebody needs to hear that from you type deal.
I was just about to go back to sharing a story.
Yeah.
So like, one of my
you got to go through the story of the brand too,
okay.
What the name is and stuff like that. How you came up with that.
All right, so basically the name of the brand is Stack and Starve. The name for the brand came from back in 2019. I used to work at Arby's and
Arby's.
Yeah, making
the curly fries go crazy.
You would be sleeping on Arby's, but it's really good.
That's the only thing. That's the only thing.
Roast beef sliders. they sleeping on the roast beef sliders. But back at the time, so I was working there. And then basically, I was still going to high school. I was still in high school, like just trying to save my money up, like every other teenager. Sure. So I was like, actually not just me and my brother. We was like, dang, we got to start making sacrifices. We got to start saving our money. So that's basically where the phrase came from. Like it's basically a verb. But yeah, we got to start stacking our money and making sacrifices. And then a couple of years later, once I joined the Army and I got out of AIT, I was like, dang, like I wanted to make a clothing brand. I forgot. It's a lot of stories. So I was a brand ambassador for another brand that I wanted to make my own thing. So boom, I wanted to make my own thing. And I was trying to find out a name. And now I thought about this phrase from when I used to work at Arby's. And it was just, I just ran with it, bro.
Wow.
Yeah. It's a lot of ties to it. But,
yeah, no. Yeah, he's tapped in. And I think what I've seen you do, like just following your stuff, and it's been cool to see like you're just not like we were saying that one time in our one conversation, you're just not like online, promoting your stuff, but you're actually in the community, like in Norfolk and stuff. And I think like that's what's separating you from a lot of these other brands is because they're not interacting with people, just because. So like, what is like, why are you doing that? Like, what's your purpose behind that?
One of my influences is this brand called World and Vision in Louisiana. And one thing they always say is just stay outside. And then one of the methods they had to like selling their clothes and like spreading their merch was tell your story, one, and then this thing called the backpack method was always like keep a backpack full of like shirts and stuff with you. So got you. That's what originally got me like outside more because naturally I'm like an introverted person.
Right.
So like, but yeah, that's what really got me out. I mean, before that, I was still like going to like career days and stuff like that, but it was like every once in a while. Like now, I'm like every weekend I'm doing something. I'm doing something different. So I'm putting myself in that position, like forcefully, knowing that it's just going to help me grow and help the brand grow overall.
That's what's up. I see that as huge influence. And like I'm sure people appreciate seeing your face to the brand. It's like, oh, Second Star, who's that?
Yeah.
But it's like, oh, okay, I know.
It's crazy because like just on Saturday I was going to an open mic with like a whole bunch of artists, and like of course a lot, like some people in the area, they seen like the Instagram before,
right?
But like even though we post our face all the time, they're like, oh, you're Stacking Star,
right.
So it's kind of cool, like you said, like for people to put a face to a name, a face to a page,
yeah, for sure.
So like, I just see it as a blessing.
Being out there in the field is better than like the social media thing, just a little bit, because like you get to actually interact and talk to people, and then like they get like a sense of you, like, oh, that's what your brand means. Oh wow, like let me see some material, let me feel it, let me oh, you know what, I'm gonna just buy some. You know what I'm saying? Like it helps more. It gets like a camaraderie with people. Just like, even like you went to open mic with artists, like artists need to perform. Like if we don't perform, we get, you can get a nice tune from like the internet, but like it ain't nothing about seeing somebody live and like, oh, they're actually talented. Right. They can actually rap. Right. You know what I'm saying? Like put in thank you, because I needed to hear that. Put in like a going outside and like interacting with people and like, okay, this is the vision that I'm trying to push. Are you with it or not?
Facts.
Yeah, that's my boy.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
It's like I keep speaking on like where I came from. Like I'm naturally a person that like, if there's a line where it's like self checkout and then there's a line for cashier, I'm gonna choose the self checkout.
But you're stepping out of your comfort zone.
Facts.
People got to step out of their comfort zone.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? You got to take risks to, be able to make a difference.
How have you taken risks?
Who, me?
Yeah.
Every time I go out to perform, it's a risk, because I don't know if they're gonna like it. You know what I'm saying? I don't know if they're gonna boo me.
I mean, I guess like
there's different types of folk out there. Different types. Like you got people that only like this type of music. Yeah, they only like the boom bap, and I'm coming in with some trap drums. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Or vice versa. Or you got some of the older crowds that they don't like none of it.
None of
it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I can take a risk every time I get on that stage and I just see blank stares. I have to say something to them to get them to interact. To say like, hey, look, I'm actually a good person. Listen to my music.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So I think it's a risk every time I just go outside and perform.
Yeah.
I take a risk like anytime I'm trying something new, it's a new product, or I'm getting a new order in. I feel like that's when like just the money wise, that's what the risk is. Not even just money wise, but it's like I want the best. I want the best for like the people that support me. So I want like good quality things, stuff like that. And when I'm trying out a new manufacturer and I don't know, and people get scammed all the time, stuff like that. So like I don't want to. I'd be kind of nervous. Like, dang, I just spent a couple $1,000 on this bulk order, and I don't even know if it's gonna come out right. But like, bro. And then sometimes it might be a new product, and I don't know like what the masses like reaction to the product is going to be. Are they really going to like it? Is it gonna fly off the shelf? Is it gonna sit? I might have to put in a little extra work. I've like got comfortable being uncomfortable. So
now when you start working in the gym, it's uncomfortable, but then you start to fall in love with the uncomfort because you're growing. Yeah, that's the biggest thing. Like that's true growth.
I speak on the gym yet. Don't get me started on the gym.
We're praying for him.
You got it, bro. You got it. 2 years ago, when I first got in the gym, like I didn't know how to do anything. Everything was heavy. I had bad form on everything. It just was like. I was like, dang, everybody's looking at me like, I don't know. Everything that think will go into your head is it was all there. But like, eventually, as I kept going and like I kept seeing myself like feel better, and then I kept getting stronger and stronger. Like that's when the confidence came. And now I go in the gym and I just feel like I don't know. I feel like it's my second home.
Yeah, for sure.
So like,
feel that. It's my sanctuary.
Like when you start to see like the progress, like shows, like once you start getting strong, you start like, dang, I remember when this is heavy. Or like I remember when I couldn't run this fast. I remember I was like a slower pace. It made you feel like I'm a superhuman. I'm like, am I Superman or something? The progress is like, the blessing is in the journey, bro.
For sure.
Does the Lord call us to live uncomfortable lives?
Oh, yes. And I think, and I know for sure that like he calls us to live in uncomfort lives because it calls for us to depend on him. Like if we were comfortable in the gym, if we were comfortable where we are, like he knows that first off, he knows that many people need our discomfort. They need us to go out there. They need us to be outside with it because there's people out there that need to hear from us. But if we just stand and closed in, like I just know for sure, when you think about all the people in the Bible, David, this isn't just a Christian platform. This is just say something meaningful, which every single person in this world has meaning. Every single person got something to say. So like, let's bring that and let's help one another out with saying something, like saying like, bro, keep going. Like, bro, like keep doing your thing. Like, let's bring that. And so, yeah, I think that's what God has called me to do through this platform. And yeah.
Person that was called to influence, but it was mad uncomfortable.
There's so many.
I think of Moses.
Oh yeah, I thought of Moses too. There's just so many, bro.
Because like God was like, you're doing this. He was like,
and he gave me excuses too.
Wait, I can't talk. I can't. Yeah. It's like, boom, Aaron.
You got somebody for
facts. So it's like, I feel like if you're like for influence, like if you're called to be influence or like a major, I think God gives you grace for that, because that was grace. Like here's somebody that can help you because I need this to happen.
Right.
So the Lord will provide by and rest.
Right. Do you think God cares about influence? Like with what he's given you and all the things that he's given you, and both of you, like, and all of us, I mean, he's given all of us. Like, do you think that he cares about the influence you have?
I would say he cares just because he gave me this vision, this thought to put it into fruition. So I mean, he's in us. He gives us these thoughts. He gives us these ideas. He gives us like he brings people to us without even knowing.
I've seen that.
So
the talents, like that's what I thought of. Like, he gives you something, and it's up to you to produce. You know what I'm saying? So in that way, I think he does care.
Yeah,
he expect like whatever you put in you, he expects.
I agree.
To get
I agree.
You know what I'm saying? Be fruitful.
Yeah.
Be
for
fruitful,
sure.
multiply, give me something back. You know what I'm saying?
And I think it's not him being selfish. I think what he's put in each and every one of us is like just a representation of who he is,
and to help others,
you know which is also in who he is, because he helped us. And so it's like, oh, I'll give you this, but it's for my glory. Like, I'll give you this because it's not for your gain, so you can gain influence. It's like, so they can know like me, so they can know your story, so they can know how what you went through. Like that same thing that other person needs to hear. Yo, I can make it too, because Marcel made it. Like, I can do my own thing too, because he made it. And it's like, oh, God got his back. Yo, I'm gonna get with him because he got good guys. So it's like this.
Now that you speak on like the struggles and like want to speak on like what I've been through. So like I come from a small city in Virginia.
Come on now.
What small city?
My mom and my dad always been separated all my life. You know, it was at times where I was like sleeping in the car, sleeping in hotels.
Dang.
There's been times I've been like, even me, sometimes I'm not like the best with like my money. Sometimes I'm not the best with anything. But like, just speaking on like my struggle, if I feel like if I'm doing this and I'm having success with it, anybody can. Because I come from really, I'm not saying I had the worst of the worst, but like, but I just want to tell everybody that if I can do it, you can too.
Yeah. Does it help you like want to like give back to somebody maybe else that is in that same spot, or like how much you go back to like P-Town and do stuff?
So now that I'm back, of course, like I've been gone the past 4 years, but like now that I'm back, that's what I'm actively doing. I want to go to schools. I want to talk to the kids. I want to go to the classrooms.
Yeah.
I want to do homeless, like, you know, like food drives and things of that nature. So like now it's just all up to me into like not just going to events, but also being the one that like, you know, hosting and being like the face of like this and that. So like that's what I'm working on next.
Gotcha.
But yeah, it means a lot to me, bro, because I come from that same struggle. From that same struggle, and I'm still grinding every day. I'm still hustling every day. I'm still like, even though trials and tribulations happen, which is naturally in life, right, I'm still pushing.
But that hustle, you see where it gets us, and this influence thing is just something that you can accumulate in one day. Like, nah, it's a process. What you said, the journey. Like, I didn't build this. Like, I started on audio in my room on the podcast, bro.
Stay down till you come up.
Stay down till you come up, really. And now, like, we just moving up, and people are, and I'm, you know, developing the community. People are asking me to record, bro. And so, like, what you said is like, that's the part we don't talk about. People dislike suffering. So if you were to ask somebody, what do you want out of life? They would say like money, you know, influence, car, money, like good rate relationship, all that. But the question that they don't ask themselves is, what are you willing to work for to get to those things? Right? We want all those great things. We want, you know, that in life, the pleasures in life, but we don't become satisfied with the displeasures of that pain, suffering. You start mentioning that, people are like, ooh, I ain't trying to do all that. I'm not trying to stack. I'm not trying to starve. Hold on. Sacrifice is something that I don't think we talk about when it comes to the influence, because they don't see the work sometimes that we putting in. Like, they don't see what the time that we put in. They don't see the brand and the late nights and stuff like that. They just see the product. And so how can we encourage people to make sure we have this perspective of like, yo, like, yes, this is out there, but also it takes work.
Social media is just highlight reels. So
That part. That part is true. It's true.
Don't only show the good things, also show the bad things. So, for example, I got a birthday present to go to a fight local in Virginia. It was Keyshawn Davis. Keyshawn Davis fight. So I went there. And then in the midst of going there, when the fight finished, of course, had a good time, had a prideful moment, like, I was born in Norfolk. Came out, took some pictures and stuff like that. Went over to my car, noticed somebody tried to break in my window. Man. So it's like, that's wild. So it's like, even when you're doing something good and you're like, dang, I got a new car. Like, ooh, this is nice. It's always gonna be something that's gonna get you down. So I posted that on social media. Like, I posted the document on social media. I was like, I forgot what I said exactly, but just going back to not always showing like everything is not always gonna be perfect.
It is not.
Like, I was not expecting my window to be busted. That came outside the arena, bro. But like things happen, and you just gotta keep pushing.
It's like a lot of people show. Like you said, like the highlight reels, they show like, oh, the awards, oh, the money that you're getting from this, the status that you get from this, but they don't show like the journey it took, like underneath. Like, bro, it took me years to break in this genre of music. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know how many times I spent in the studio, lock myself trying to rewrite this verse. Like, I see that. I've done it. You know what I'm saying? So like, I try to like that's why I do like them documentaries and stuff like that.
Yeah,
so you can just
it's cool to see the process. Just
show the process. Like, we're not like, sometimes we sound stupid in the studio. We don't sound good all the time. Like, you know what I'm saying? But like, it's not like, life ain't a cakewalk. You know what I'm saying? Life ain't a cakewalk. So I think if this is something that you really want to do in life, like any goal that you desire, if you really want to do it, just know that it takes time, it takes a journey, and it takes like hard work and dedication. And consistency, because you got to stick with it when it don't seem like, you got to stick with it, because you just don't know when you're going to reap the harvest. You know what I'm saying? Like, it could be next week. It could be next month. It could be in 3 years. It could be in 10 years. Right. But once let's say that 10 years, then you start seeing $10 million. What if you quit What if you had
just
quit
missed
that
out.
month?
Yeah.
You just missed out. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So
Right.
that if I want to encourage anybody there just to stick with whatever you feel like you want to do in your life, don't listen to the naysayers on this side.
Dang.
Not you.
I'm cool, bro.
But just keep your mind on the path. Man. Just keep your mind on the path.
21 when I first started, I always like those like first like when I was first getting my first orders, getting my first sales, like I didn't really have like a vision for like it's going to be a brand or like anything. Like,
oh, you were just selling stuff?
I was just making designs.
Oh, okay, okay.
Yeah, and I didn't even have it on hand. It was all like drop ship. Like it was all online. I didn't have no products. I just uploaded the design to a website, and when a customer ordered it, they got it in the mail. A year later, as I'm like putting out these motivational messages, motivational posts and stuff like that, then I started seeing like this inspires me in the comments. This like, and then I started learning like how to like switch from a clothing line to a clothing brand.
Line of clothing brand, what you mean?
Ooh.
Yeah, I'm confused. I really don't know. Like, what's the difference?
Break it down.
Yeah.
Okay. I can't think of a clothing line off the top of my head, but like a clothing brand would be something like Nike, where it's like they put out a multitude of products. A clothing line is something that just puts out T-shirts, like shorts, like they just put out apparel. But Nike, they put out sneakers.
Oh, shoes,
everything.
Stacking Star shoes.
Stacking Star shoes would go crazy. Yeah, a brand kind of like gives you that intangible feeling that's like just makes you like Nike. Most of their like ad campaigns is more like motivational. They're like running,
athletic stuff.
Athletic stuff. So that's what goes into that's the difference between like a brand and a clothing line. Basically, like all right. So once I started gaining supporters. And they was telling me like I motivate them and they love the brand and stuff like that. I felt like they like saw the vision before I even did, really.
Wow.
So that's where it's like it's this picture on Instagram where it's this man. I'm pretty sure y'all seen. He's underground. He's like digging for diamonds, and it's like one guy on the bottom. He stopped. And he was He was right there where the diamonds was. So like, if you just don't quit and you just keep going, you never know how far you can get.
Facts. Right. But you gotta sow that part. You gotta sow. You can grow. You gotta sow so you can grow. But yeah, like I feel like with all of us, we can easily relate to like growth takes time. And we all started somewhere, just from hearing what y'all was saying. So I think it's encouragement for anybody is like, it's never, you don't need something big at the jump. Like grow slow, the jump. Yeah. Be faithful over the few people you got around you. Be faithful over the few things that you got. And you'll see the grow. You'll see the fruit. When it comes to influence, and comparison, how have you compared yourself to other people when it comes to the influence they have, and have you tried to implement that in your own?
I consider myself a Christian rapper. You have to look at who else is a Christian rapper out
right?
Here. Who's like one of the top people out here?
Caleb Warren, no big deal.
Yeah, and you see how they're promoting their music, so it's kind of like, oh snap, I need to do something like that, which is true. Like they're doing it, so it's just like I need to do that too because it's working for them. Right. But at the same time, it's like I don't like doing that. I don't like. You don't like posting every day. I don't like posting every day, and I don't like trying to just make something if I don't feel like it. But I think that's the grind, so I need to start doing it. But I want to find what's authentic for me to do. You know what I'm saying? Because like Caleb Gordon, he's amazing. He's amazing at promoting and
for sure
finding like different ways to do it. Like I want to find my way because there was a time where I did try to copy what he did.
Right.
Didn't work out. Didn't work out well. You know what I'm saying? Because like what may work for this person might not work for you. You got to find your own lane. You got to find your own, your your own like flow of doing things.
Yeah.
So comparison can be like a helper. You can help, like you can compare yourself to them, like, okay, what are they doing? Okay, I can do this and do that. But it can also be a killer because it's like you're looking at them, it's just like, dang, it's working for them. They're getting all these followers, they're getting all these streams.
Yeah.
Oh man, they getting lit at the shows, and what am I doing?
Sitting on the couch.
Sitting on the couch, writing a lyric, trying to like get it to be a double, triple entendre.
Success leaves clues. So like that person that's successful, that person that's like high up on the pedestal, I don't want to say high up on the pedestal, that person that has a lot of followers, they got to that height for a reason. And if you want to take their influence, the thing you should do is take their influence and put a twist on it.
What you mean?
What you mean, like, so there's this thing called with designing clothes that y'all know who Virgil Abloh is? He makes sneakers and stuff like that. Yeah, he has this thing called the 3% rule. Okay. So basically, like, you take a design and you change it by 3%. So say if you see a podcast or like you see an artist, right, and you're like, dang, I like what they're doing, but you just change it and make one small tweak to it, and then you go along with it. That's the 3% rule. I changed the way people view it. Right. Because like so when it comes to like designing products and things like that, it a lot of things that like flow into it is their environment that it's in. Right. Right. So like I can take this shirt, I take this shirt and I hang it out next to a high level brand like Louis Vuitton, or something like that. Right. It'll be different if you just take it and you see it in a thrift store. Then the value automatically goes down. So right. Like, okay. I see what you're saying. A brand new shirt in a thrift store, and then it's a brand new shirt in Louis Vuitton. The way you perceive it is going to be different. Right. Yeah. So like that's the 3% rule. You take the product and you change it by 3%. Say you take a podcast and you just change the environment and you change just a slightly different view on the subject. Right. So like all your biggest influencers, they got there to that point for a reason. I try to like take whatever inspirations or influences I look up to, and I just try to put a slight tweak on it, and I just stick with it. And you gotta copy and paste though.
It's another audience that may not like Caleb.
Right. Right. Yeah.
You
but they like
me.
Yeah. They already. Yeah. That's fine. Yeah.
You know? I was making music in my car.
Oh my gosh.
I was
you was in your car.
If we talking about reflect, bro, like COVID year was like, I ain't gonna lie, that was the best year for making music because that's all I had to do. Yeah. But like I ain't had no studio. This is the little story. So I wanted to make music so bad. So I had like my tax income. You know what I'm saying? It's like $500. Okay. So my small group leader at the time, she was like a worship leader. So I went and asked her, and I was like, hey, should I do this? And she was like, just do it. You know what I'm saying? Just do it. So I did it, and it ended up just birthing so much. So like, I feel like if there's a will, there's a way. There's a way. You know what I'm saying? You got everything you need. I had the money, and I got it. If I didn't have a place in the house to do it, I had my car. I think some people just lazy. True. They don't want to like look around to see
what's right in front of them.
Exactly. Yeah. You have everything you need. Like some people will be wanting like you said earlier, like the big thing. Oh, I need to go to this place. Yeah. I need to go to this studio to shoot my podcast. You're here. I'm in my living room, bro. And it's perfect.
No studio, no nothing.
Perfect. Yeah. These mics are amazing.
Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, they do the job.
Exactly. So it's just like it's okay. It's actually perfect to be here because you don't got to worry about a whole bunch of other stuff. Yeah. Because you got other stuff in your life you got going on. Facts. Would you, if you got everything you wanted right now, could you handle it? Could you steward it? That's a question.
Actually, I probably couldn't.
Neither could I.
But I'm glad that I didn't have like that like viral moment. It's been like a steady. It's been like a steady uphill thing.
Because it's taught me. Yeah. It teaches you like little by little because sometimes it does be like, oh, dang, that wasn't that great of a like episode or that wasn't that great of a shirt, and it's like, okay, recover, back up. Like,
them L's turn into lessons.
Correct. Real quick. So you appreciate the lessons. You appreciate the L's because it's not just straight dubs.
Some brands that like go, they make one post and then next thing you know they have like 5 million views and then they got $100,000 in sales, but then they don't have like the systems or like anything to really like
to keep that going,
to keep that going, or to even like they only have the products. They don't have anything.
Right.
They just put it up a website. They put up a post and it just went up. And then all this stress comes. You got all these angry customers and things of that nature. So it's like I'm blessed that I never had that. I'm blessed that I just really just been persistent with just falling in love with just putting in the work, editing videos, getting outside, meeting more people. Like I don't know, like talking to people, connecting, like.
More, and you gain so much more appreciation for the process.
I didn't even think about that. Y'all just put me on like just like learning into, because like my answer has been like, of course, like no, I wouldn't be able to handle it now, but I wouldn't mind it.
Mm-hmm.
But now that y'all brought that up, I'm just like, bro, like I could be learning. I'm learning so much at this level, and I want to continue. So when the time does come, I can handle anything myself. I don't have to pay nobody to do nothing.
Right.
I don't have to, because you could probably get scammed.
True.
You know what I'm saying? Get scammed. Learned it. So you're like, okay, I'm going to stay away from it.
You know what I'm saying? So many like mentorship programs and like, watch so many YouTube videos. I would know what to do. But say like back in 2021 when I'm still heat pressing shirts and I'm just like I'm just making clothes and I'm not thinking about the message or anything. I'm just thinking about designs. I would have went crazy. I would have went crazy, bro. Like it just it take time, bro.
Say something.
What?
Get huge tomorrow. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You get a co-sign by like somebody big.
Yeah.
And they be like, bro, we need extra podcast. We need an episode every other week. No, every week on this day at this time. We need you. We need you to upgrade everything. Blah blah blah. We got you.
Right.
But we need you to handle everything. Oh, we need merch too. Oh, and we need you to make an appearance at this show. Oh, and we need.
You already lost me.
I want you to make these Instagram reels.
Nah, you lost me. You lost me because this isn't like. Podcasting for one is a lot for because of all those things. So like I am loving the growth and the little things because I know like in school I'm doing other things, military and stuff. I can't handle all that. And so right now, like I believe like God has me right where he needs me. So I'm content. Like I'm straight. The growth will come later, but I'm not worried about that. I'm gonna just work on consistency and doing me and stewarding where I am now. So yeah, I'm not. Yeah, you lost me once you started to add up. I'm like, nah.
I mean, they don't do that. They don't do that.
No, I believe they do. I'm just saying,
definitely.
like,
we need you to come here. Come here.
Because
can you host this event?
There's brand deals. Then there's like they're also gonna want you like when you got a podcast. Eventually, you turn into your own personal brand. So then you're gonna have to go out and do things. Yeah, and then of course, like your supporters, they're gonna want merch. They're gonna want to like
for sure
support you when they're not watching the podcast.
Right.
So where you see it going?
That's a good question. I'll have to get back to you on that because I really haven't. Like I said, I sometimes get so focused in on like what I'm doing now that I'm not focused on what I'm doing later, podcast wise. So like, I mean, first goal was definitely trying to develop some like merch and stuff. That's why I got him over here helping me out and stuff. You know. So good collab, but yeah, I don't know. Like, I don't know if it gets that big, cool. If not, I'm straight. Like, but I don't know. I still gotta think about that.
About doing a live podcast.
Yeah, I have. Just specific. That's a good idea. Yeah.
And then I know you have Conduit, so it's like
for sure. For sure.
It's so many avenues.
There's so many avenues. I know that's the challenge. He's stirring the pot. But yeah, like other people, to be like lenses that I don't have type deal. Just like I'm sure you look for feedback from other people on like what they wanted. Y'all want more hoodies. Y'all want more t-shirts. Type deal. Like, so that's why, I think that is most importantly when it comes to influence. It's like having community when it comes to your influence. You're in touch with people. Like, bro, I didn't really like that beanie you did. Like, do another one. It's like, okay, let me know, please. But I'm just saying, like, let me know. Like, some people have told me, like, yo, you probably could have went deeper on this episode. Yeah. It's like, all right. So it gives me a chance to humble myself, listen to my supporters. Cause I mean they're the ones listening, so like so I'm not gonna just be like, yeah, y'all know what you're talking about. Like, what kind of stuff is that?
Have you ever got about like something somebody said, like a critique?
Before a little bit, but I'm always thinking about the other side. And if I know the person, they're coming from a place of like love and genuinely wanting, like, you could definitely go deeper, and people will be impacted by you going deeper. It's like, I see where you're coming from. Yeah. No problem.
I got another question for you. So, so I know, okay, of course, like we all spoke on like we have an influence, and like we're all doing this like solo pretty much. So like to reach the like different heights of success, of course, it's gonna be difficult at each level you get to. So do y'all like envision yourself building a team?
That has to happen.
Yeah.
We can't do
this thing alone.
Like for me in music, like I want to be the one doing everything, making like, you know, recording myself and doing all the things, but like eventually like I'm gonna have to like go to a studio. I don't want to go to a studio, but I'm gonna have to. Like I'm going this weekend, shout out to that, but I don't want to, but like it's something that you're gonna have to do. Like you're gonna have to accept help from some people.
Naturally, like I'm gonna want to do it all because it's like when you do something, especially when it's yours. When it's yours, like,
you know the vision.
Correct.
Bro, I know what I want to sound like.
If somebody else messing with that,
I'm gonna be pissed.
Yes.
I'm spending money to make me sound like a robot. Bro, no. I'm gonna be like, let me do it. What am I paying you for? But
naturally you're gonna want to do it by yourself, but like ultimately you can't do everything by yourself. So if you want to get to that next level, you got to build a team. So me right now where I'm at, and like I know it's okay. Like I have thousands of customers, right? And I want to continue to build to the next level. So right now I got my sister. I'm building my sister up, teaching her how to send out emails and texts and like schedule posts and stuff like that. Then I gotta I'm paying this designer. I'm trying to kind of like working this different designs with him. Like even though it's gonna cost, Lord, it's gonna cost money.
Yeah, always does.
and there's gonna be some mess ups. It's gonna be worth it.
Right.
And so like, and then I got my partner. He's the one that does the fulfillment and shipping orders and stuff like that. So like, it just like as you keep growing, just don't try to do everything by yourself. Speak on your team.
For real. Yeah, I think that's definitely something I'm gonna think about as well. I got a lot to think about. Really, because I see other podcasts and stuff like The Basement and others and stuff, and like they have a team, they have somebody who records, they have somebody who does all the editing and stuff. So that in itself will lighten my load just to focus on what I'm doing now, which makes it easier.
And even like you could just find, like I think you speaking on this earlier, like say it's a photographer, a videographer out there. They're just starting. They're looking to just like try out new things, and you can find those people in your area. Yeah, and you can work with them. It doesn't always have to be somebody big. Somebody big and have like be like a couple $100 to do this. Like we all trying to strive and do do these things together. So not always gonna be like that high dollar amount, bro. It's people trying to put work out here just like you. It's people out here trying to spread their message just like you. It's people out here trying to have an influence just like you.
Yeah, you saying so?
Just like encourage all of us, like regards of that, like for the spaces that we feel lacking with the team, because I know you starting to build yours, but like even in the spaces that you need, and then for you the spaces that you want and that you need, and for me, I do encourage us to like pray about it, because we want the right people. We don't just want anybody. Like you said, like it don't got to be like the biggest photographer.
I just need
biggest,
the
you know
ones
what I'm
that
saying?
can rock with me.
Yeah, the ones that are solid people
Yeah.
that you trust, that
Mhm.
won't like try to like use you,
Right.
one, and mess up the vision and stuff like that, because ultimately
True.
your vision is going to become their vision because they're helping you. You know what I'm
Right.
saying? So
Remind me
Right.
of McDonald's.
ooh, oh, did you see the documentary
I
Founders?
I think it's like the people that took over, they came in and they switched the whole like process. So it used to be like all natural, like ice cream machines, like real ice
Right.
cream, and then the people that came in, they came in like made everything cheaper and made it to like powdered and
Wow.
stuff like that. So basically, they took over their vision by taking over like the business side of it
Yeah.
to make more money.
Yeah.
Just going to what he's saying, like be careful who you bring onto your team. Make sure it's someone that's genuine, someone you can trust, someone that's like been around. Even if you haven't been around with him, like you can sometimes tell, but it can be hard.
Yeah.
It can be hard.
But you know.
Yeah, but you know, pray on it.
Yeah, for sure.
Check the fruit inspection.
Check the fruit. Yeah. Yeah. We're gonna be praying on that. I'm praying for y'all too. Yeah. Brand, artistry. Yeah. We all creating something, and I think we just need prayer. Like this platform needs prayer. You need prayer. We all need prayer. And like, it gets hard. It really does. And so influence, but like with the influence comes a cost. And that can sometimes be just heavy, you know, for you to kind of handle, for any of us to handle. So yeah, we're gonna be praying for y'all.
Sure. All right. Another thing that was been on my mind is like I just love being around creatives, bro.
Yeah,
like,
same.
It feels good to like
Same.
have like similarities with people, especially when it's something that you're passionate about.
For sure.
Yeah.
For sure. Creativity is contagious.
Yeah, because I put you on a CapCut.
Really though? I really did. One final thought.
Of course. What is like, because you said like it got a cost. What does it cost you for this?
So the biggest thing I think was, like we had mentioned before, getting out of my comfort zone. I think some of the topics have been like, I've been kind of scared to talk about, because it's like, dang, if I say this, they'll probably see me a little different. If I talk about this or some of my struggles, some of my transparency, vulnerability, they might see that as, you know, just a different way of seeing me. Like, and so like, I think just not thinking about that, but being honest with myself and being honest with, you know, asking y'all to be honest and being honest with the people on there has, like, I think that has been the cost. And it's a good cost, but it has been a cost of just leaving my reputation behind, leaving my trying to be this strong person and stuff like that. But knowing that through this podcast, I still be struggling through some of the content. I still be struggling through some of my life outside of here. I still be struggling.
The cost for me, I feel like it's time, it's energy, it's money. That of course, it's all of that. When you chasing your dreams and you going for a vision, it's gonna take everything you got. One thing for me specifically that I could have, where I was in a comfort zone when I was active duty, when I was in the Army, and of course, like I don't have to worry about money because I know every 2 weeks is going to come regardless. But I took the sacrifice and I went for my passion. I went for something that I could really see myself doing full time, 24/7. So I said, I'm gonna get out of the Army. I'm gonna go to the reserves. I'm only gonna do the Army one week in a month, and I'm gonna chase my dreams, because I know at the end of the day, the Army's always gonna be there. Like that comfortability is always gonna be there. But if it's something that I've seen hit, like, so my biggest day was I did like $4,000 in one day, and that was on like a Black Friday. And once I seen that, I'm like, dang, like it's no
possible.
way. It's possible, bro.
Yeah.
It's possible, bro.
Yeah.
So like now I'm at that point where like, all right, I just need to get to 10K a month. So now I'm grinding for that 10K a month. But I know I couldn't do it in the Army because the Army takes so much of my time and effort.
All that.
The 9 to 5. All right, the 9 to 5 just it just takes so. It's really not a 9 to 5. It's really from a 5 to however long, bro. 5 to 5, bro. But yeah, I made that sacrifice. I made that risk of like, I'm gonna stop being in this comfortable position, and I'm gonna be in this uncomfortable position where I don't have that check coming in every month. I really have to get out here and work for everything that I want. I made that sacrifice to come from uncomfortable to comfortable. So I'm comfortable to uncomfortable, and I did it because I know that I have something. It has potentially
Cause like relationships, just people that don't see the vision, or people that are doubtful. Like I had a friend when I first started doing music, like they didn't believe in me because they heard one song that was trash. It was my first song. Of course it's gonna be trash,
Of course.
but like, yes, you got to sacrifice those people, sacrifice the the naysayers and like the people who don't see the vision, because they'll just speak doubt. Like surround yourself with good, solid people, not yes men, but like people that will like edify you and be like, okay, bro, tweak this, tweak that. You know what I'm saying? And it should be good. So I definitely say it'll cost me some folk.
I seen potential myself, but I know it's possible. So like
you were onto something there. Like we have been influenced, so we can influence.
Yeah.
Like now we can like use that and make it our own into something that, just from somebody who influenced us and stuff. Got a lot to think about, but we about to end this. Once again, I appreciate y'all coming on. Influence. All what we just talked about. Biggest thing is like, don't forget where you came from. Don't forget where you came from. Trust the process. And influence starts small, basically. Yeah. So where can they find you?
You can find me at SNS Sale on all platforms. You can find my clothing brand at stackingstar.va on TikTok, Instagram, and Snapchat. Stackingstar.com for any merch. Thank you.
No, you can find me on all streaming platforms at RTYRO. That's ARTYRO. You can find me on Instagram, Artie the Fourth, ARTYTHE 4TH.
Also, Say Something podcast